this is Maude from Sanguine Glacialis. I am the lead singer and keyboardist for the band.
Hi, I'm Alex from Sanguine Glacialis and I've been playing guitar for the band for a year and a few months.
Hi there, Jonathan here from Sanguine Glacialis. I've been asked to answer a couple of questions about myself and about the band. So first of all, I'm the guitar player for almost 5 years now within Sanguine Glacialis. I was invited by a good friend of mine who also is the bass player, Mark. So I couldn't pass on this opportunity to have more fun with him playing music and going on the stage together. Sanguine Glacialis has proved to be a very good opportunity for me as a musician to broaden my musical horizon as well as my skills in playing my instrument.
So Sanguine Glacialis has been around since 2010-2011 approximately, so it's been 9 years now. But with this current lineup that is different from what it used to be, it's been about three and a half years. So the name of the band, it was chosen by former members of the band that are no longer with us, but it means frozen blood in Latin.
So first question, when are we going to release a new album? I'll start by saying the true answer, which is the one that nobody really wants to hear. Well, it's going to come out when it's ready. Now, if I can go into more details, we are right now writing new stuff for a new release. This writing process is going to take a very long time to complete, as we have many new ideas that we try to incorporate in our music. Also, we really want to leave a mark with this new release. So we're trying not to fall in the trap of setting ourselves an objective and then when we get there not being really satisfied with what we've come up with. So we're gonna take the other risk, which is maybe taking too much time before the release comes out, but at least we will have something that we feel is worthy of putting on the market and worthy of our fans. Now, next question, coming album ideas. As I said previously, we do have a lot of new ideas for the new stuff that we want to release. So this is kind of why this is going to be a huge task to take for us. As an example, we want to maybe use new sounds that we haven't explored before. And also we're gonna try and put more of the acoustic instruments in our orchestrations for some of the new stuff. We do have very I'm lucky, I do have talented friends in this band with me who can play many instruments. So we will use these strengths and have them play the different instruments on some of the tracks and in some cases live. So this is something that I really am happy about, and I'm really eager to do it on stage and in the studio with the guys. Also, we do have a much more focused idea on how we're gonna make all the orchestrations and the pre-programmed stuff for the new album. We have people working really hard on this right now. It's something that's already been present in the band, in the stuff that we do, but maybe it was not put enough upfront on how it was presented in the mix or in our live sound, and we think it's something that we really need to focus on right now. It's one of the things that make us different from other bands out there, and we really should be all in on this, I think.
Question number 4. Do you think it's useful to have a label these days? It's a tricky question. There's a lot of answers and possibilities. It can be a good thing, and at the same time, it's not necessarily useful. In this day and age, being an independent artist is easier than it's always been. With internet and with computers, with technology, it's way easier to just record everything by yourself, to promote the band by yourself, to book and everything. So the need for a label is maybe not as great as it used to be. But of course, labels have resources way bigger than any independent artist can have. They have a full team behind them that can help you with the promotion, with tours, with booking, with everything. So of course, having a label for this can be really useful. It's always useful too for distribution, so distribute the music online and physical albums. But it's also very possible and very easy to do as an independent artist like we are. We just don't have as much reach as a bigger label could have, for example. So I would say, yes, it's still useful to have a label these days. They can definitely back you up and help you, but no, it's not absolutely necessary to have a label. So about our tours and gigs, well, of course, because of the coronavirus situation, we don't have anything booked at the moment, like pretty much every band in the universe at the moment. But of course, we have the Ride of the Valkyries shows that were supposed to happen in Canada. So for the moment, they're just postponed. We'll definitely book them again and go do the dates that we were supposed to do. We just don't know when, because we need to wait and have the venues open again to make sure that the tour will actually happen. But of course, as soon as we can book shows again, we will do it.
For the film moment, it was an error from my part. We were playing in Matan for the Gaspésian Metal Fest. Everything seemed fine. We're starting the first song. I'm on the clean channel for 10 to 15 seconds. And as soon as we get in the distortion section, turn the distortion on, I can't hear myself. At first I thought bad sound on stage. Keep playing for 20, 30 seconds. After this time, I can't hear myself, so it's hard to play. I have no idea if I'm playing well. So I get to my amp to turn it up. I can't hear myself. Turn it to the max, still can't hear myself. Turn my amp down, turn it up. The songs keep playing in the back of me, so I'm a bit freaking out. And I can't hear myself. I know that there's a problem with my amp. So we get to the end of the song, and we realize that my amp is dead. And we asked for support from other artists on the festival. I was amazed, honestly, by the support we had. In under 5 minutes, I had an amp from another band, and 10-15 minutes later, I was playing for the next song.
A recent heavy album that I liked, and why? A recent album that did impress me was Death Atlas by Cattle Decapitation. It's a band that I've known for a while, but has never really impressed me in the past. But this time, I really feel like they have successfully created their own sound, something that I really never ever heard before, and the band does a really good job at getting their message through. When we listen to this album, we really easily understand what the band is trying to do, and it's really obvious that they did succeed in having this atmosphere and theme and subject that they want to express with this content. The concept is really followed thoroughly throughout the whole album, and it always really feels appropriate. Another thing that I really liked about this album is Well, it's the message. Whether you like the message or not, whether you agree with it or not, that's all a matter of opinion. But too many bands don't really try to use the words in extreme metal to get their message through, and I think all props to them for doing it and for being true to themselves. It can be a really polarizing subject sometimes that they talk about, but I think it's a good thing for them. It either gives them good or bad publicity, but in all cases it's publicity, so I think they're really making the most out of it with that album. The music itself is really good, the riffs are catchy, and they're really not afraid to try new sounds, try new structures for their songs, being what could have been called the grindcore band at the beginning. They don't have many structures around their music, so it can some bands can sometimes be everywhere at the same place when they don't give themselves limits. But I think it's now a really mature band, and they are at the peak of their art right now, I think. So check this out, Death Atlas by Cattle Decapitation. One thing is sure, it's gonna leave a mark on you.
How could I describe the Quebec metal scene in a couple of words? So the Quebec metal scene is a huge scene. Well, I say Quebec, but it's for the whole province. We have also the Montreal scene that is very, very, very strong. We're pretty much one of the biggest underground metal scene in North America. So it's gigantic. There are so many bands, and usually when there's no coronavirus, you can have shows pretty much every day of the week. And you have choice, you have a couple of shows every day, so you always have something to do. And there are so many bands, so many different projects, and it's also why the scene is so interesting, because there are so many bands, there are so many ideas, and you can find pretty much every style, any style that you think you could find, you can find it in Montreal or in the Quebec province for sure. So it's a huge scene, and it's sad that there's no bigger label in this scene to promote the bands, because there are so many amazing bands that would deserve to have a bigger exposure. So hopefully one day we'll have a label that will be able to help us with this. But yeah, for sure, for the moment, it's just a humongous scene with so many different styles. So our plans for the future, of course, at the moment, we cannot play any shows, but we are composing the next album. We already have a couple of songs completed. So we're working on pre-production for this new album, and we hope that we will be able to release it soon enough. But like Jonathan said earlier, it will be ready when it will be ready. That's it. So, but we're still working on it, and since we cannot play shows at the moment, that's our main focus. But of course, as soon as we can play shows again, that's the thing we will try to do. And we want to get out of Canada to be able to go see other countries with our music. So that's also in our plans for the future.
Well, check us out. Thanks.
Thank you very much to everyone for watching this interview with us. Thank you to Antichrist Webzine for asking us to do the interview. It was really interesting, and we hope to see you very soon after the coronavirus situation.